Good evening. Let's try that again. Good morning, everybody. I bet you're wondering why I'm so sad this morning. I made such a big purchase last night, guys, and I was thinking, like, should I sleep on it or should I sleep on this purchase? But there's no time. There's no time to sleep on it. It was either now or never. I had to make it. I had to make it. I bet you're wondering, oh, Boomi, what kind of big purchase could you have possibly made? So, you know what? Before I get started, I want to say good morning to you guys. Good morning, my boomers. Good morning, good morning. If you like to mark yourself, no, let's do a full good intro. Sorry, my voice is still kind of waking up this morning too. You know, last night I actually had a dream. Well, not even last night. I would say more like 45 minutes ago. No, I woke up at I got out of bed at 10:30. I woke up at 10. So let's say like an hour and a half ago, I had a dream that I was like doing stuff. I don't know what exactly I was doing, but I remember I looked at the clock and it was 2 o'clock p.m. and I was like, oh, I had stream today. I guess I had a dream that I missed it, skipped it. I really don't know, but I wasn't there. I didn't make it. If you like to mark yourself present for today's good morning stream, let me see some coffees in the chat. If you're not drinking coffee, then how about I don't know, tea? What else are you drinking? Juice? You had a juice box? What are you drinking this morning in the chat? I'm drinking coffee. It's been kind of sitting out for a little bit, so it's a little lukewarm. But it's kind of like one of those perfect lukewarminess, you know? Like, you're like, oh, it's not too hot. But it's also like, if I don't drink this soon enough, then it's not gonna be hot enough, you know? It's like that awkward middle stage. Delicious. I hope you guys are having a lovely Saturday so far. Do you guys have any plans for this weekend? I'm gonna try and go to the movies. It's been a while since I last saw a movie. I'm not gonna tell you what movie yet. Should I? No. Should I? Yeah, you know, why not? We're only seeing each other twice a week. I'll give you guys that in a second. I'm gonna kind of adjust something real quick. Let's change that. Let's do 5. Wait, this didn't change anything. It's like every time I look down, I feel like I'm going so, like, sinking so low, you know? And I kind of don't want to sink that low. Should I be in the front? Should I be in front of everything? I've been slowly but surely adjusting all of like my OBS stuff, so it's a little bit easier to see everything. I don't know, maybe that should be in the front of me? I don't know, should I be in the front? Should I be in the back? What's more aesthetically pleasing? You know what? Fuck it, we'll just be right here. We'll be in the back. Yeah, late night purchase. I am very stingy, you know. I still haven't bought the stuff that I said I was gonna buy from IKEA. my cart hasn't changed for like the last week or so, but I've been having fun like before bed, just like loading stuff and like looking at Pinterest and being like, oh, can I use this to improve like my room and stuff? And then I'll add like little cute things from IKEA in the cart. Haven't bought it yet, and at this point I'm thinking like, should I? I think I might have to wait a little bit longer. I might have to suffer with my shitty drawer for a little bit longer. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Dennis. Having some green tea. You know, I considered having green tea. I didn't find it. I knew that I had it, but I kind of forgot that I had it. This matcha and like green tea bag. I think the only reason that I don't use it is because it's just the raw leaves. It's just the leaves, you know. So I have to you know, like clean it out, and I think it's a little gross. Not like gross, but you know, nobody ever wants to touch wet food. Ew. Taru, good morning. Just made your cup. You know, here, cheers. Cheers to our coffees. I remember last time that we had our little morning chat, my coffee went, so I basically had iced coffee. By the time I was ready to drink it, so I'm gonna try and sip on this a lot faster than before. You just drink your coffee? Oh, I hope you're feeling really energized, Purple Axel. Listen, it's gonna fire the Boomi voice actor and hire a new one because she keeps oversleeping. I went to bed so late last night too. I don't even know why. I don't even know what I was doing. I was oh, after stream. Okay, here, let me tell you about my big purchase in a second. Memory card, good morning, good morning. Ethan, good morning. Hello. Hello, Governor. Have you guys seen that episode of Regular Show? Hello, Governor. Ryan, hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning. I know the feel. I'm about to move, so I'm looking IKEA's website longingly. It's like you look at it and you're like, oh, everything's so cute. But I think I have like a little bit of, I don't know, like purchase anxiety, or maybe just indecision. Yeah, let's just call it indecision. I am like, I have so many things, not so many. Like my cart has been like pretty stagnant for like the last week and a half. I'm like, I think this is it. I got some cleaning supplies. I of course got my drawer. I got a new shelf, and these are things that I've been thinking like I want it for a while. Like this has been on my to purchase list for a while, but I'm so like, I don't know, I like to like really sleep on my decisions before I make them, right? This is gonna lead me into the big purchase I made last night that I'm not gonna say I'm not proud of, but last week, or I would say like, let's rewind like a couple months, right? This time last year, I was in Japan. I had like this whole cool Asia trip that I did. Me and my friends have been planning it for, I would say like 7 months, me and my cult sisters, because some of them live in Thailand, so they were getting married, and we were gonna go over and visit their hometown. I have a whole VOD about this. If you look back around this time last year, you'll be able to hear about my trip in more detail and see all my pictures and stuff. But we went over there for a wedding, right? And I was like, well, if I'm gonna go to Thailand, I might as well go to Japan and do a whole trip with that. It was a very expensive trip, and right before I left the trip, I got my company at the time was restructuring, and literally like 2 days before the trip, they're like, Boomi, you know, you've been such an amazing and valuable member of our team, but as we're looking forward to the future, we don't think that there's basically I got laid off. They laid off our entire team. We were small and nimble, but you know, I guess they're trying to get smaller and nimbler. So this was 2 days before my trip, right? I went on the trip. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. New start. Like, let's just not think about anything. And it was really nice. It was really nice. But, you know, you don't have any income for the foreseeable future. I came back from the trip. I was just like, you know, I'm not even going to look at what I'm spending. I'm just going to have fun and enjoy, like, the I think I was gone for like 18 days. Enjoy the 18 days that I have just traveling. And I was all by myself, kind of. I did first 4 days in Tokyo by myself. Then I went to Thailand. And when I went to Thailand, I missed my flights. And I was like, because I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at my Google Calendar instead of my Google Docs itinerary. If I looked at my Google Docs itinerary the night before, I would have known. But I was looking at my Google Calendar, which was not updated to the time zone. And I missed the flight, and I had to shelf out another like $500 to get like an emergency, like last second flight to go to Bangkok. And it was so stressful, man. Not something you want to hear when you're freshly unemployed. I got too excited. So, you know, I bit the bullet. I wasn't gonna miss my friend's wedding. So I went, that's another couple, $100 down the drain. Fast forward a little bit, I come back home, still no job. But as you know, I did end up getting employed towards the end of the summer, but that was like half a year later, and by then I've kind of burnt through my savings. Rent is not cheap in the city. I kind of burnt through my savings by then. I mean, to be honest, I was living... I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm like, living above my means or anything, but if I see like some sweets in the store, I'm not gonna hesitate to buy it. So my savings hasn't really recovered since, especially since I had to like catch up on all my payments and stuff. But okay, so I'm gonna get to the meat of the story. I would say like November or December, my mom and my brother were talking about going back home to Japan after like so long, and they're like, "Oh, Boomi, we wish you could come. We wish you could come, but it's okay that you can't come." And like, I think it just was not, I don't know, I guess they just didn't think that it was gonna happen. And I was just like, yeah, I wish I could go too. But they're planning to go in like February or March, and me and my friends were planning to go later this year together. I don't know, the more that I'm telling this story, I'm thinking like I should have thought about it harder. Maybe I should have told my mom, no, I can't go, I should save my money. It literally wasn't until earlier this week. Like, I asked for leave, I think on Wednesday. And, yeah, I don't know why. They're just like, hey, get on the call. Like, we could talk about, like, getting the tickets. Look at the ticket price. And I was like, oh, okay, it's not bad. Like, I can afford it. But it's just like, I know that it's not the best decision to be making. But I'm going to see family, right? No regrets, indeed, no regrets. So the reason that I was feeling like kind of anxious about it was like, I've had the IKEA stuff in my cart for like weeks by now. I like to really sleep on my purchase. It was already just like the last 3 days, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that I was just like on hours long calls with my mom and my brother, just like planning out just like looking around. Wednesday was just like window shopping, and then Thursday got kind of serious. Because I got my leave approved, and we're looking at the tickets. I was like, oh, I guess it could be worse. Could be. Their tickets were like, at least a little over 2K. Mine's just like under 2K. So I was like, oh, it doesn't sound that bad. Comparatively. And then last night after stream, I looked at my phone. I saw my mom bought the tickets for her and my brother. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let me try and get it. Because the last few days we were trying to get it. It was so hard to like try and get on the same flight, especially because we're leaving from different cities. And we're just buying all the tickets on one website. Last year's trip, I did the tickets on different websites. It was like a hassle to coordinate, but it came out a lot cheaper that way. But this time, we just all purchased on one website, because that way we could have like the same flight while we're in Japan. And we were able to get that. That's why I like rushed to buy the tickets yesterday. I was like, I'm not even gonna sleep on it because the price might go up. It's been going up the last few days. The day is getting closer that we want to go. I want to make sure that we're on the same flight too, because we worked so hard to try and make sure that we're on the same flight. Or at least trying to get there around the same time. It has worked out. It worked out though. I'll be able to go. Let's see. I'm going from the city to Tokyo, and then from Tokyo to Okinawa, we're on the same flight. And then we're gonna have a couple days in Tokyo too. So from Okinawa back to Tokyo, we're gonna be on the same flight again. Which is nice. It's just like coming, going, and it's gonna be different flight. Which is like, it doesn't matter. We're leaving from different cities anyways. I don't know. I wonder if I'm gonna regret this in a couple months. No, maybe after the trip, or maybe like after I see. I'm just gonna have to be really stingy for my next couple of paychecks. We're planning to go in April. So it's gonna be. We have to beat like the Okinawa hot season. Any later than that, it's gonna be like atrocious. And I told her like, don't you want to go later in the year? Me and my cult sisters were gonna go later in the year, and she was like, no, I have to go to the salon. I need to get my hair done. This is actually gonna be my first time going back to see family like 2 consecutive years in a row. Ever, actually. Yeah, because we only used to live in Okinawa, like we would hang out with them quite often, but after that it'll be like maybe every other year when we lived closer. But then when we moved further away, it was like, let's see, because I lived there like in the early 2000s, and then we moved, we went there in like 2008, and then 2010, and then after that, I went there in 2016, and then after that, I went there last year. It's been a while. But now I get to go back again. I get to go see all my cousins again and like hang out with them. Exciting. And it's gonna be the first. Literally, I was looking back through the old albums. It's gonna be my first time going with my brother since that 2010 trip. That was the last time that we were in Japan together. We were literally children. So we're really excited about that. It was like one of the reasons that I was like, I was so adamant about saying no the last few weeks. And I don't know, my mom was like, Boom bro, how bad do you want Boomi to go? My brother was like, 10. So I was just like, you know what, fine, I'll go. Even though my wallet's gonna look sad. It looks sad right now because I just had payday. Now it's empty again, but... I was doing so good with my last payday. I put away like 1,300. And now all of that has gone towards the ticket. And now I have to worry about the hotels again. Usually we'll stay with family, but that's only like when we have... Like when it's 2 of us going, we can stay with family. But 3 of us, there's not enough space. At least the USD to yen conversion rate is good. Yeah, hopefully. I haven't seen it in a while, but when I went in January, I think it was like right before it started dipping a lot. So maybe it's better than when I went last year. But I mean, in general, it was really nice to go that time because I remember. I mean, I think Tokyo Disney is like in general cheaper, right, than the regular Disney. I felt like a baller. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do everything. I paid for the fast pass for every ride that I wanted to ride. Me and my mom, we went during like a snowstorm. You know, a Tokyo snowstorm is different from like an American, like Midwestern, like a Milwaukee kind of snowstorm. It was like a dusting, like a dusting of ice. It wasn't even that icy. To be honest, there's like barely any snow on the ground. But the news was like, for like the couple days before you went, they're like, oh, it's gonna be like so bad, and like they're like, clear the streets, don't go outside. So when we went to Tokyo Disney, there was literally, I saw the lines after on like YouTube videos, and it would be packed, right? It would be like what you expect for a Disney World. I think for us, we went there at like 11 o'clock in the morning. We probably were in line for like, I don't know, 15 minutes. It was empty comparatively to like other Disney worlds. Like when I look at the vlogs that I like for Tokyo Disney After, and this was before they opened like the new area too, so maybe people were waiting. It was a combination of a weekday. I think we went on a Tuesday, the weather, and we bought our tickets in advance, so we weren't sure if we wanted to like, you know, bite the bullet or not. But I convinced my mom, let's go, like we might as well. So worth it. The weather and the fact that they didn't open the other part of the resort, maybe people were holding out to go then. I would say the longest I waited for a ride, even maybe like an hour for ones that I didn't buy a fast pass for. I was able to ride like almost everything that I saw that was open. At least a couple things were still closed, but I feel like I was balling. I went and bought all the snacks. I bought like a popcorn bucket too. But they had so much cooler popcorn buckets at the other park. They had a Monsters Inc. one with like all the doors and it lights up. I got a what do they call it? What do they call it? There's like a cat. It's not popular in the West, but I think it's popular in Asia. They got like a cat thing. I forgot what it's called, but Duffy? I think it's Duffy? Duffy maybe? Or Muffy? I don't know. But it's like Mickey Mouse. Minnie Mouse gave Mickey a stuffed doll. I think it's a teddy bear. But my popcorn bucket is a cat, like one of his friends. It's like a whole other franchise. I think Minnie Mouse gave Mickey Mouse a teddy bear for when he went to war or something, or on the steamboat. I don't know. And yeah, and he has a bunch of friends, and you could have like, it's kind of like a Build-A-Bear. You could get like clothes and stuff for it, and then they had little stations across the park where you could take pictures with it, like little photo shoots for your little guy. Yumi, welcome. Also, welcome. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Let me take another sip of my coffee. You know what? I'm gonna get my I need my, I don't know if you can hear me messing with like the messing with the, what do you call it? The armrest of my chair. I need my fidget cube. You hear it? You hear my fidget cube? I have a button. It's like a switch, like a light switch. And then I have like a little circle roly thing. Wait, can I set, maybe I'll set up my hand cam. Let's try. Okay, let's try it. I have it. Let's see. Hand cam. Add existing. This one. Okay. Activate. Ah, there it is. You can see it. Okay, so I have a switch here. And then I have like a little joystick. And then I have this, I don't even know what this is. It's like a little circle spinny thing. I use this when I get nervous on like phone calls and stuff. It helps me concentrate. We got different buttons too. This one's like kind of hard to press, and then this one's like here. And then this one's like, you know, there's no noise here. But they're all like different, but like, you know, different like like pressy feelings. This one's my favorite side because you got like these little rollers, and all of them are like a little harder than the other one. And then you also got like this ball that you can click. This ball's my favorite. I use this when I'm nervous. It helps me concentrate. Yeah, one of these. Is if you hear me clacking away, it's me trying to get my brain back on track. I'm I want to use it more at work, but I get like nervous that, so, you don't want to hear somebody that's constantly clicking and clacking their pen, so I don't want to like bother the people that I work near. Especially since they're all older. I think I'm like, all the young people are on one side of the office and all the old people are on the other side, and I'm with all the old people. Anyways, that was my long-winded introduction. Good morning! Good morning! Wish me luck in saving money for the next few months. I'm gonna have to hold back when it comes to eating my sweets, and I'm kind of sad about that, but it's okay. I'll eat sweets when I'm in Japan. Phantom King! Welcome, welcome! Good morning! I hope you're having a lovely day so far. I'm trying to find my little notes. How are your guys' New Year's resolutions going? Have you guys been working hard towards your New Year's resolution? It is the very first day of February after all. Congratulations on making it through January. If you've been celebrating Dry January, congratulations, you've made it. What a perfect time for Dry January to end. If anybody's been doing that, I pray for your liver tonight. I know, if that was me, I mean, then again, you're doing Dry January to like better yourself, right? Not necessarily to like take a break from alcohol. It was Saturday for February 1st. It sounds like an opportunity to party to me. I bet the clubs will be popping tonight. Toasty, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Sorry, I have to lean so far on the other side to read. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to being a boomer. You didn't make resolutions, well, it's not too late if you want to try. Good so far. Slacked a little, but still progressing. That's good, that's good. I feel like, when it's time, January, you're just getting started on resolutions, so it's natural to slack a little bit as you're, sometimes you gotta fall off your horse to keep riding. Yeah? Sounds like something Arthur Morgan would say. Not that I played the game. It's okay so far. Started a little late. Well, we're reeling in from the holidays. I would say, how would you guys rate your January? I've been doing, I have Dailyo. Have you guys heard of the app Dailyo? It's like a mood tracker and like diary thing. And you can also track like your habits and your goals in there. And I wanted to do it a lot last year, but I kind of fell off at the end of the month. So I was like, you know what? Okay, this month in January, I'm really gonna try my best. And trying to look. I had 28 entries this month. I mean, to be honest, sometimes I'll go back if I remember like the day, I'll go back and like write retroactively. But I had 28 entries in January compared to 0 entries in December, 2 entries in November, 17 in October, 8 in September. Yeah. I was really sporadic. Last year I had 18 in January, 10 in February, 30 in March, 32 in April, 15 in May, 3 in June, 22 in July, 22 August. Then I kind of fell off after. But today, this month, 28 entries in January. Not bad. I wrote 2,004 words. My mood was a 3.8. You could like track like your moods and stuff. You could add like your own like, how am I feeling today? Oh, I'm feeling anxious. Or if you don't want to do anxious, you could change it to something else. There's so many things you could track in here, so I think that's kind of nice. And you could also upload pictures. One of the things I wanted to do was take a picture every day, but I didn't do that at all today. This month. I want to improve my self-esteem. I don't know. I wanted to take more pictures of myself because I would go on Instagram. I scroll on Instagram a lot, and then I'll look at it, I'll be like, I want to post something. And then I look through all my pictures and it's like, it's not of me. It's not even of anything interesting. It's just like of weird stuff. I'm like, I want to post pictures of me while I'm still young. Like they say, yo, you're only young once. My hairstyle is messy here, so I'm not brushing my hair. Or you're ruining it by brushing your hair. Oh, I hear the messy hairstyle is really in. People like that natural casual look. Not to get deep, but it's a really sad January. I'm so sorry to hear that, Taru. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely been an eventful month. But hey, you know, the year's only getting started, so I feel like can't have the ups without the downs. And I think if you start with the downs first, then hopefully that just means that the year is gonna progress and get better and better. It's a long year ahead of us. We don't know what's in store. Hopefully it's gonna be really great treasures. Furi! Furi, welcome! Good morning, Furi! You're always young. Of course, forever young. I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever? Forever, forever young. And January is better than my December because I'm working towards my goal. I feel like for me, January is always like kind of... I guess it is kind of like a sad month because you're leaving behind like all the stuff from the last year. You guys get like really... I don't know if like nostalgic is the word, but you know when you hear the New Year's song? Da 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 da. Doesn't it like make you feel... It's just sad? I don't know how else to describe it besides sad. It makes me feel quite sad and I guess, I don't know, like heavy-hearted in a way. And, you know, the holidays are over and then you're thinking like, oh god, I really gotta do all this again. And then you kind of look back on the year, you think about what you accomplished and stuff, and sometimes it's like not a lot. Or you just don't realize like how much you've done, and I don't know. But I feel like January, you know, you kind of have, you're crawling out of bed. It's like waking up in the morning when you have to go to work. Like, oh fuck, like again. But then, you know, you start getting into the groove of things, and you start like, you know, you remember why you wake up in the morning, and start working towards your goals. Start working hard towards your goals. What did I do towards my goals? I wanted to learn a new skill this month. To be honest, I wanted to work on editing this month, but this month has been so busy. What have I been doing? Ooh, I would say a skill that I've been working on, not really like on purpose, but I guess just kind of like a natural way of doing responsibilities at the HQ, the Demon HQ. I have been getting better at answering the phone. Yeah. I used to hate answering the phone. I would like hate ordering for myself. I hate talking to strangers, or at least I used to. But this month, I've been answering the phone. I've been cold calling. I've been, you know, going on like business lunches and like rizzing up like people, you know? So... Not necessarily a skill that I was trying to like actively improve. This month I had other skills that I wanted to work on, but you know, looking back at this month, you gotta celebrate every win, even if it's like a win that you weren't anticipating. Oh my god, I'm messing with my... Where's my cube? Where's the clients, right? Right? I was like really worried about like my first business lunches because I don't know, I thought it would be like really like gung-ho, like I thought it would be like really professional and like scary and stuff, but no, people are they just be eating and just like chatting, you know? It's like half work, half casual, and I was just like, oh, okay. And I don't know, even after the lunch I get like a little bit biggie imposter syndrome. I'm just like, oh my god, what if they think that I was faking it and just trying to get like a free meal out of it? This is not the case, it's not the case. I always worry about like, what if they think about that after? I wonder if people do that. That'd be crazy. I mean, that would be a way. Nimby, welcome. Good evening to you. Good morning to me. I hope you're having a lovely start of your weekend. I guess your weekend is halfway done, huh? Sorry to bring that up. I hope your weekend's going well so far, regardless. Relatable. I don't like reaching out to strangers. It's really nerve-wracking. I was gonna say kinda, but no, it's really nerve-wracking. I think that kind of brings me to what I really wanted to get to today. You know what? I'm gonna move myself in front of the chat. Sorry, not sorry. I want to build a bucket list of things that I want to do this year. I was thinking back to last year. I mean, to be honest, for being broke as a joke, I was able to get down like a lot of stuff, much more stuff than I expected than last year. You know, I went on my first solo trip. You know, I traveled internationally by myself for the very first time. I went to a concert by myself. I went to like a comedy shows by myself. I went to anime conventions by myself. I went to Okai and I saw Nay after 10 years. I did a lot of stuff by myself. Just realized. I went to eat at a restaurant by myself for the first time. Spontaneously. I don't know. So it's like, even at the end of the year, I was thinking like, oh man, I feel like I didn't do much. But when I really think back and I look back through like my photo albums, I did get a chance to do a lot. But maybe it just wasn't stuff that I was expecting. Maybe I should try and make a bucket list and see how much stuff that I can do. Wait, let's lock that. There we go, so we can move stuff around. Here we go. Okay, alright, cool. I kind of started a little bit. I wrote some stuff down, but I didn't add it to this page yet. Let me pull that up so we can take a look. International solo trip is amazing, right? Right? You know, it was... Well, I guess I did meet up with my friends abroad. It was supposed to be like a... not super solo trip. But my first 4 days in Tokyo was supposed to be like just me. But one of my childhood friends... Actually, one of me and Nay's childhood friends... ended up going at the same time. So I was just like, hey, should we like hang out? And then towards the end of the trip, I actually got to hang out with like some people in the VTuber community, which I was like not expecting that. I was like, you guys want to hang out with me? Really? So that was really cool to be able to do that and just really like weeb out, because I wasn't really like super able to do that before. Especially with my mom. She's not into anime at all. I went to NFL game by myself. I almost took the loss after buying, but wow, this is so much fun. I've never been to an NFL game now that I think about it. I've been to like college football games and it was so much fun. I feel like if you're not a sports person, try and go to like a live, or if you're not a sports person and somebody invites you to go to like a live sports event, and like, oh, I'm not sure. I would say take the opportunity to go, because I was not into football at all until I went to university, and at the time my university's football team was pretty good. So it was crazy fun to go and like cheer with everybody. I learned like our fight song and everything. Oh my god, it was a blast. I went to the Monster Jam. What's the Monster Jam? Is it like I was thinking of like Frankenstein's doing the Thriller Night dance. Lord Umbra, welcome! Yes, I did make a big night purchase. I bought plane tickets to go to Japan. It was, I would say it's like 60% no, 40% spontaneous, you know, because I'm going with my mom and my brother, but I was not expecting to go with them until like 3 days ago. So I mean, maybe more like 2 days ago. 3 days ago it was like, oh yeah, let's consider it, I'll ask for leave. And then yesterday was like, oh, let's look at the hotels. Oh, let's, like, we were on the call for like, I don't know, 3-4 hours on Thursday, trying to like figure out what like, you know, like the hotels and like the days and like what day is the cheapest for us to go and like what day my brother can go because he started a new job. And yeah, last night my mom, she sent the screenshot of the tickets that she bought, so I was like, oh shit, I should check to see if we could get on the same flight. And when I checked, we could get on the same flight. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to buy it now, aren't I? And so now you have no money. It's rough, yeah. At least I have a steady income. I'm just gonna have to be real stingy the next few months. The Monster Jam is where a bunch of monster trucks? They do tricks and maybe race, but it was super fun. You know, I've always seen stuff like that on TV. I've never, well, yeah, I've never like seen like, oh, they're having this event. That must be so fun. It must be so fun. Cause it's like it's like the circus, but for cars. I've actually never been to the circus too, now that I think about it. But circuses aren't like cool to go to anymore, yeah. Oh my gosh, monster trucks! I remember in Cars 3 they had something like that, and I was like, oh my, because you know Cars 3, the graphics? The graphics look really nice in Cars 3. And I was like, wow, this must be so sick to go to in person. Not as a car, but like as a person. I'm glad it was a lot of fun. Oh, you know, I want to try and like go to something unique like that too. I've never done. What's like the most? I don't think I've ever gone to like events like that before. Now that I think about it, never gone to like the circus. Never gone to like a monster truck thing. I think my family is like sports fans. Actually, where my parents live, our local sports team is like super duper trash, I guess. So, when I went back for winter break, we actually, it was like 2 trash teams. Should I say trash teams? Sorry. I mean, they're like, you know, they're in the best league and we're playing, there's a basketball team, right? So of course, basketball, highly competitive, but you know, someone's gonna have to be at the bottom. So when you have like 2 not like super highly ranked teams competing against each other, my dad really likes to ball out and gets like really close seats. So we weren't even on the bleachers. We were like on like the stools, you know, like literally like feet away from the players on the opposite team. But that's how we were able to get so close, because A, we're sitting by like the visiting team, and B, both of the teams were like on the bottom of the rankings, I guess. So my dad was like, yeah, let's go. And I don't know where I was going with that story, but yeah, I guess it was like something unique that I've done. It's something that I record break bad, by the way, if it's who I think. My dad's favorite team is, I was gonna say his ass, but you know, these guys are like they're still like really good. I mean, that's like a big basketball fan, so if we have an opportunity to sit up close, we'll usually like try and sit up close. It was my first time like ever doing something like that, which is really cool because I didn't know, like, you know how they have like the seats for the players and then they have like the tunnel where they come from. By the tunnel they have like exercise machines for them to work out on, and I was like I didn't know that they had that. They had like a little like bike thing, so some of the players like in between their I don't know, I thought like maybe if they're taking a break, like if they're gonna go on the bench, I thought maybe they'll just be like chilling on the bench, like, you know, you're tired, you're exercising. But no, some of them will just go back to the bike and they'll just be like, I guess, keeping their muscles like active, not get too tired. They'll be on the bike and we could hear the player yelling at his team, throw the ball, throw the ball, just shoot it, you'll make it, just shoot it. And so the Pistons, like, I know they like, yeah, that's my dad's favorite team. I'm looking for the jersey that I have. I have a pink Pistons jersey. Yeah, my dad's favorite teams are the ones that are very good as of the last couple decades. And trash teams can only go up. That's very true. It's only up from here. My family's favorite sports is boxing. Boxing. My dad used to host like boxing like watch parties. But I don't know, after we've moved, I've never like seen him like go watch boxing too much. I remember we would watch like a little bit. I remember like, was it Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather? I don't know if they fought like once or how many times they fought. I've only like passively watched boxing. But I would say we did have that on the TV quite often. There would be like a lot of hype around it. The Pistons literally tied most L's in a row in history. No. 28 losses in a row. The only reason I've been like keeping up with sports a little bit is because I joined the NBA Circle Jerk subreddit. That's literally like the only reason that I know like what's going on in the NBA is because I joined NBA Circle Jerk. The only reason that I'm like trying to learn more is so I can understand the memes. Is there anything else under the band-aid besides my nose? Yes, it's the fabric and the space-time continuum of the universe. That's why if I take off the band-aid, all hell breaks loose. Someone got my nose when I was a kid, and it was basically like opening up Pandora's box, to be honest. Favorite boxer, Canelo. Ooh. I've heard about him fighting recently. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't kept up with boxing too much. Alright, how about we get to my bucket list, yeah? Do you guys have a bucket list? Do you guys have one for like life in general? I've always thought the concept of it was really nice, because sometimes I'll be sitting in bed, I'll be thinking like, man, I feel like I should be doing something with my day. If only I had a list to tell me what exactly I should be doing. What kind of adventure I should go on. Okay, so I don't even know if we have 25 lines on here. Oops. 1, 2... 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, we're gonna have to make this smaller. Oh, that's 26. Yeah, can make it a little bit bigger. Oh, it's, oh my gosh, it's perfect! It's actually perfect! I wanted to make a list. 25 things to do before the end of 2025. On the list that I have on my phone, I only have 8 things so far. So I thought, hey, maybe we could come up with some stuff together. And then maybe I could like make a video about it. Because one of my goals this year is to do some video editing and like learn how to edit a video. Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a girl who can make like really bomb videos is kind of sexy, you know? I want to learn how to do like better video editing and stuff. So, number 1 on my list is to go to the night at the museum. I think it's called the American Museum of Natural History. I watched that movie last summer thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go to the night at the museum this weekend. The Smithsonian. I have gone to that one. But to be honest, I don't remember that movie at all. I don't remember it. I think because I didn't think it was as good as the first one. As a kid, at least. Wasn't the Jonas Brothers in that one? I think they were the Cupids. And I remember thinking like, wow, who are those guys singing? Like, their voice sounds so hot. And then I found out it was the Jonas Brothers. I was like, oh my god. Which is like funny because it's not like I hated the Jonas Brothers when I was watching Disney Channel. But I don't know. I just felt disgusted with myself once I... I don't know why, I always forget you have a cute tail. I do that with other VTubers and I don't know why. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? I really want to touch my tail. Maybe I would love to hold my tail. In fact, what if I make cookies? What if I make cookies that look like my tail? It'll be burnt though, huh? Not a written bucket list, but sometimes I think of things I want to do, like learn Japanese or guitar. I'm the kind of person that's like, I gotta write it down or else I'm not gonna remember, or else I'm like not gonna commit to it. I want to write everything down and then I'll print this out and then that way I'll look at it and then I could check it off or something. I don't know. There's a 4th. They have a... Wait, you're telling me there's a 3rd Night at the Museum movie? I didn't know there's a 3 and a 4. Where did they go? What did they do? Night at the Museum 3. I remember Night at the The Secret Tome? What? What? So they go back to the natural... Oh yeah, Natural History Museum. That's the one I want to go to. Sequel, Night at the Museum, Calm Moon Ra rises again. Oh, it's a cartoon. And it came out in 2022. It's a cartoon. What? Bowen Yang is in this? What? When did this come out? They just keep releasing movies and it's like, where did this come from? Yeah, the museum in New York. I watched the movie thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go really soon, but I don't know. It was like summertime and I thought there'd be like a lot of tourists and like maybe a lot of kids. And you know, when you watch the Night at the Museum movie, you want to go when it's empty-ish, because it's like you at least for me, I don't like being rushed by like the people around me when I go to the museum. I could spend all day at the museum, especially when I first went to the Met. I was like, bro, I could spend 2 days in here. I literally an entire day of my trip. It was supposed to be an afternoon. Entire day of my trip before I moved here went to the Met Museum. It was fantastic. I love museums so much, to be honest. When I went to the Smithsonian's, I would go there all the time. I would go there. I'm gonna say all the time, but I don't know what I was trying to say. I would go. I didn't go there all the time, but you know, they're free. I would go to all the Smithsonian's that I could fit into, you know, while I'm over there, while I'm visiting the city. And yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say, but I'll try and fit as many as I could. And then even like the museums that you think you wouldn't be interested in, like at first I wasn't so sure about going to the art museum. I don't think it was until after I kicked off like my like really getting deep into history. I think it's like started with so embarrassing. I was always interested in history, but after Bridgerton came out, I was like, oh my gosh, like I really want to like learn more about the daily life, because it was like enough to like get your foot in the door, because it felt modern enough to where you're like your curiosity is piqued, but then it's not like deep enough historically to where you really want to digest everything. So after Bridgerton, I watched Versailles. After Versailles, I think I watched the Borgias. You guys know the Borgias? I think both of them are on Netflix. I think all three are on Netflix. But you know, I was just like, wow, this is so. And to see like the art that was actually made at that time, I just can't help but stand there in front of the paintings and think like, wow, imagine all of the people who've laid eyes on this particular painting at the Met. They had like the painting of they had a Tudors exhibit, so the painting of King Henry, was it the seventh? The guy who killed all his wives. It was the 7th, wasn't it? Henry the... was it the 8th? Oh, it was the 8th. It was the 8th. King Henry the 8th. It was like the painting of him, you know, where his he's standing with his pose. Like the one on Wikipedia. They had that at the museum, and I was just like, oh, dude. He commissioned the painting. He looked at this painting. He himself looked at... Oh, my mom's calling me. Should I answer? I'll call her back later. She's probably gonna ask about, like, my ticket. But yeah, the painting. Either way. That's why I want to go to, like, the Night at the Museum. Because A, you know, I watched the movie, and I loved the movie as a kid. And I want to see, like, all the miniatures and stuff, because... I don't know, it feels like looking at a Where's Waldo painting and just like, I don't know, just like imagining life there. And then I don't know. I just want to see old stuff and then relate to it. I love history, man. I love history because it's like, I don't know, just you feel so connected with like all the people that came before you. At least that's how I feel. The one with the secret tome was... It wasn't made in 2014. They made another... What? I kind of remember, like, the third one for Night at the Museum. I remember it coming out, but I know for sure I didn't watch it, because I didn't really like the second one. The first one, I saw... The first one, I was just like, wow, who plays King Tut? He's so cute. Now he's famous. Rami Malek. One of my... I was gonna say one of my first like TV, like movie crushes, but I don't know. Maybe not first. I feel like I was like, I wouldn't say boy crazy, but you know, I would see a cute guy on a movie and I'll be like, wow, that guy's so cute. Like everything that I watch, I'll have like one guy. I like boys, what can I say? Are you gonna try food that you haven't before? You know, that's actually the second thing that I wrote on my list. Try cuisine from a country I never had food from. Try cuisine from a country I never had food from. Especially living in such a big city, you have like so many options of food that you can try. I kind of want to do like spin a globe or something, or like have like a random like country and then click on it and be like, well, let me go try have food here. Because like when my parents were visiting me like a year or so ago, we went to a Spanish restaurant. I think I've talked about it a couple times on stream, but like, you know, I would usually have like, we'll have like Cuban food or like Mexican food or like Peruvian food at like, I don't know, I guess my dad, he likes to Chinese. My dad's a foodie, so he'll usually like get stuff from there. But then I thought like, I've never had food from Spain before. When you think of like, I don't know, like when I think, I know it's not the same, but you know, when I think of like Spanish food, I'm not really thinking of like food from Spain. I'm thinking of food from like Spanish-speaking countries, and for me, that's South America and like Central America, you know. And I mean, I guess like the bottom half of North America. I'm thinking about the Americas when I'm thinking about like Spanish-speaking countries. So when it comes to like Spain, not thinking about that at all, which is like weird. It's crazy because it's like if you're thinking about English, like, oh, English food, and you're thinking about like American or like Canadian cuisine, right? That's kind of like the same. But that was how my mindset was. So we went to a Spanish restaurant, and I don't really remember the foods that we ate, but I remember they had like these tomato things that was so good. They had the best tomatoes I've ever had in my life, man. So I want to try and eat more cuisine from countries that I've never been to, maybe even never heard of before. I don't know. One of the things, I have really bad FOMO, so I've always thought like, what if there's a food from like a place that I've never been and I'll never get exposed to unless I really like step out of my comfort zone, and it ends up being my favorite food in the entire world. Like, what happens then? Like, I never had pho until like 10 years ago. Like, imagine if I never had pho before. Pho is so good, like when you're sick and stuff. Who knows, my new favorite food might be out there, and I just have to step out of my comfort zone to try it. So one of the things on my bucket list is to try cuisine from a country that I've never had food from. Oh, like recently I've been eating like a lot of lanzhou beef noodle soup. So good, so good. Hey San, welcome, good morning. I hope you're having a lovely start to your weekend. Watch all of One Piece this year. Sorry, I really don't think, unless I end up really like becoming obsessed with One Piece, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. This is too much. But I think what's manageable, like to be able to step into the world of One Piece. I'm glad that they released the Netflix show and that it's like well received. I haven't watched it yet, but it's like, you know, if I want an introduction to One Piece and I don't want to feel overwhelmed by like all of the manga that's out, all of the anime episodes that's out, just start with the Netflix adaptation. And it's especially because nothing can beat the original. So you're starting with something that, I mean, it seems to be like pretty well received. They got a season 2. And then, you know, it's only going to get better from there. If you decide to go from a different medium, it's only going to get better from there. So have you tried Greek? It's so yummy. Pasticcio and spanakopita. Let me see. Spanakopita sounds familiar. My dad took me to like a Greek town one time. Oh, like a ceviche pie. I think I had that when we went to the Greek town. There's like a restaurant there. One of his, I don't know if it's like his friend or like a friend of our family. They owned a restaurant in like this little Greek neighborhood in the city. And they had like desserts and stuff. They gave us a lot of food. I would say, you know, I haven't really had Greek food, but I think it's because I had like a Greek salad one time. Wait, let me look. Greek food. Mediterranean food is really good. And what did I even have in the salad? I don't even remember what I had in the salad, but I remember thinking like, oh, I'm not like a huge fan of this. Oh, but it looks so good. It looks so good and so fresh. A lot of like salads and like fish. What is it? Vegetable? Like a tomato and like peppers and cucumbers. This looks so good. I think I did get Greek food at like work when we get like our lunch delivered. Your grandma's from Greece, so you're the food must be so good though. Like when I look at it, this is like the kind of food that you want to eat on like a nice summery day, you know? I think maybe it might be, was it the meats? I think maybe there's like a spice or something in the meats that I'm not like super duper used to. But I know that if I eat it more often, then it would be something that I would really get into. Zatsuki? The sauce? I like that. I would get like hummus and stuff. We have like a couple of what is it? I don't even know what it is. They have like a shakshuka. What is a shakshuka? I don't even know. Oh wait, I do order Greek food from like on DoorDash. There's one particular restaurant where they'll do like grilled chicken, and then you get the rice, and you get pita bread, and you could get like hummus on the side, or the white sauce on the side. Shakshuka. There's like a place that, oh, so it's from North Africa and the Middle East. Dude, I saw it on the menu and I was like, what is this? It's like okay, let's see. Shakshuka also is a Maghrebi dish of eggs poached in a sauce of tomatoes, olive oil, peppers, onion, and garlic. I would say it's kind of like getting like pasta sauce and then putting tomatoes in there, but it's better than that. I saw it on the menu. I was like, dude, this looks like the perfect, like, I like to eat breakfast at like 11 a.m. So this is like the perfect brunch food. Oh, man. It's so good. It's so good. If I never stepped out of my comfort zone, I would have never known the shakshuka was a thing. I still hesitate to try African foods. The food is just so different. I don't think I've ever really had African foods like that either. I heard Ethiopian food is really good. And what's the one? I see people, what's it called? Fufu, maybe? Fufu. I don't know what it is, but it kind of looks like a bao. It looks like, I don't know. I'm a sucker for bread. I love bread. Fufu, it looks really good. I want to try fufu. I have to watch the live action One Piece. I heard it's really faithful to the... Yeah, you know, I never seen the show before. I have seen like a lot of the actor interviews, and one thing that made me want to watch it was seeing how big of a fan the actors were of the source material, and then just also their camaraderie together. I don't know, it's just really nice to see people who genuinely love hanging out with each other working towards a common goal. So I was just like, I don't even care. I don't know anything about One Piece, so as long as they're having fun, like, I hope that it continues. I don't know who they got to play the live-action Nami in One Piece, but she's perfect. I heard that, like, Nami was her dream role, too. I've seen so many of the interviews. I'm glad that she's perfect, too. I'm glad that everybody... I don't know, it's just because in the behind the scenes, they're just having so much fun. And they seem to, like, all love each other so much, so... I don't know. I'm just glad that it's well-received and they get to keep doing it. I just love seeing people, like, having fun and enjoying life. Boomi, would you ever try a fish that must be cooked right because it's poisonous? I couldn't, no matter how great the chef is. Oh, like the fugu? Fugu? I saw a fugu restaurant when I was in Tokyo. I don't know. I would try it. Is fugu the same as blowfish? The thing is, I'm kind of picky with like the fish that I eat. I don't know. I would try it. Honestly, I watched a lot of Bizarre Foods growing up. Have you guys heard of that show with Andrew Zimmern? And he would always say, if it looks good, eat it. So I remember there's this one episode. He went to Peru and he had a guinea pig, and they're like. If you have a pet guinea pig, I'm sorry, but they were roasting it on the grill, and like he was pulling it apart. Dude, it looked like the crispiest chicken I've ever seen in my life. I was like, oh my god, that that looks so good. So as soon as I saw that, I was just like, I don't, maybe I might eat anything. If it looks good, eat it. Don't tell Reiya that. They keep her away from the Peruvian episode of Bizarre Foods. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but dude, that thing looks so crispy, man. That's been stuck in my head forever since. So I don't know, so I would try blowfish if it looks good. I think it's just a matter of like, would I like it? I would try it, there's no hesitation about it, but would I like it is another question. Dr. Jojo, ahoy! Yeah, Oda was involved with the One Piece. You know, it was also crazy for like the anniversary of One Piece that they had like the drones above. I don't know, it just still blows my mind how popular, not popular anime has gotten, but how mainstream it has gotten to be open about watching anime. And then again, I feel like, you know, it was coming, you know. Naruto was hugely popular. I was like in 5th grade when Naruto came out, and that was hugely popular in my class. So I think it was bound to happen. You know, people, my dad even watched Dragon Ball Z growing up. It's just now that it's more socially acceptable to say that you watch anime, and then to, I think because it's socially acceptable to say you watch anime, it's easier to like get into other anime too. And yeah, I don't know, I just think it's really cool. It's nice to see this kind of stuff become more mainstream to the general public. The Peru guinea pig vessel. They dressed him up. Okay, that's a little that's a little bit. I mean, you know, treat them well before they get eaten, I guess. Oh, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at them getting dressed up. It's like a sacrifice. One time my mom, she bought like a fish. Did she buy it? Or maybe somebody gave it to her. I don't know. But she got a fish from the store, like a whole fish. I think it was like salmon or something. And usually we'll just get like the fillets, but this time she's like, no, I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna debone it. And me and my brother, we sat there and we watched her do it. I don't know, I guess we were just curious because we eat fish all the time, but we never saw like the process of how a fish gets filleted. We probably stood there for like the first 10-15 minutes, maybe like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, and then we're just like, yeah, no, I gotta go. And then by the time that she served it, it tasted regular. It was just regular fish. It looked normal. Maybe just still had the bones in there. But I had no appetite. I had no appetite to eat it. Which is funny because it's like if I get presented like a grilled fish and it's like a whole body grilled fish, I'll pick at it. I'll eat it. Or even like in Japan, they have like the little, I don't know, sardines are like anchovies, but like the little dried guys. I love those. And you just like pop them in. Oh, the whole thing. So good. But I don't know, just seeing like a big old fish gets like that. It's Ever had catfish? Yes. Catfish is actually one of my favorites. My dad likes to do, what do you call it? Fried catfish. He likes to fry it quite often. The only thing about catfish is like for me, I don't like it as leftovers because the breading gets really like, I don't know, it just doesn't taste that good anymore. But fresh, I love it. I love catfish. We went to a Cajun restaurant a couple years ago too, where I had alligator bites. That was really yummy. I think, no, crocodile? What do people eat? I don't know, one of those things. Crocodile? Alligator? It's gator. Gator, right? When they say it tastes like chicken, they aren't kidding. It's chicken with like a fishy texture after. And what else have I had? When I was in the tropics, it wasn't like super common to have like sharks at the grocery store, but every once in a while you would have like a shark fillet at the grocery store. My dad was just like, you know what, fuck it, let's get it. I think it was like black tip or like white tip shark. It was like one of the sharks with a tip on it. It was good. I would say, I mean, honestly, it's like catfish. So if you ever have the choice between shark and catfish, unless you're like trying to go for exotic points, just get the catfish. It's the same thing, at least to me. The one time that I had it. Well, you see a regional religious site. What do you mean like regional? Like something... I would say in the city we have this place called St. Patrick's Cathedral. I'll be honest, I'm not like an incredibly religious person, but like you step in there and I think it's like a Catholic church. It's super ornate. I think it's so gorgeous. It's honestly it's so beautiful. And yeah, every time I go in there, I just can't help but like, you know, sit down in one of the pews and just like, yeah, I just like have a little moment to myself. Be like, hey, if there's anybody out there, you know. I think last time I went, I thanked them for getting me a job, all the gods up above, because I was I think the week before I got a job, before I got hired at my current work, I was just like, please, 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 if I get a job soon, I promise I'll go to like the church the next time I can, and then just like, you know, give a thank you or something. So I did. I made true with that promise. And I don't know. I could see like why it's so, I don't know, like ornate, because there's something about the ambiance about it that just makes you feel a little bit special. Maybe it's like the organ player that's playing the music upstairs, but you walk in and you have like all of these like statues for the saints like around, and you have the pews, and then you have, it's like neo-Gothic architecture. So pretty. It's so pretty. If you ever are in New York City, and even if you aren't really religious, but you're interested in, I would say, like architecture or even just like art, I think going to St. Patrick's Cathedral is a worthy stop. Even if you're just in there for like 5 minutes, it's free. It's never really too crowded, at least the times that I've been. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a nice, I don't know. It's just like a very pretty place. Zeke Naruto, hello, welcome. Eating fish always disgusts me for some reason. I grew up eating fish, so I've never really had a problem with it. But I would say I'm really picky with my fish. I only eat tuna sashimi. Well, I mean, I can eat any sashimi, but like tuna's my preferred. And once I have a preference, I don't really like to stray from it. And I like cooked salmon. I mean, I guess I like any kind of cooked fish. But yeah. Yeah, alligator bites are pretty... Yeah, they're pretty chewy. It's been a while since I last had one, but I remember it being quite good. It was like little nuggets. Oh my god, my mom's trying to call again. Wait, let me see. I'll call you back later. I'll call her back in half an hour, I guess. Yeah, old churches do go... I would love to go to Europe and like go to like those, you know, super old churches. The really, really, really old ones. I think the old ones in the America is like you have... I mean, yeah, I think if you go to like a really old one, they're not gonna be like that, you know, super ornate, kind of like big church, you know? It'll be like, hey, this is where the pilgrims went to go pray. So it'll be kind of like a shack. And the nicer ones are a little bit newer, I guess. I mean, at least as far as I know. I don't really know too much, but... Monkfish. I don't think I've ever had monkfish. Reading up on the history of old landmarks is great too. Right? Right? Speaking of old landmarks, before I get distracted again, to add another thing to my bucket list, I want to see the Statue of Liberty up close. Liberty up close. Especially after playing GTA 4, I don't know. I've seen it from far away, but I've never like gone on the tour to go up close. So I really hope that that's something that I can do this summer. Because it's like, I don't know, when I was in school, the Statue of Liberty was something that you learn about in school. And, you know, you see it on your quarter and stuff, on like your monies. And at least to me, it was just kind of like, it was a thing. But I never imagined it as like a real place. I've seen it from a distance where it's probably like an inch tall. But I want to see it like... I want to be there. I want to see the Statue of Liberty. I want to see Ellis Island. I want to see, you know, this gateway of like the melting pot that I've learned so much about growing up. You know what I mean? I hope I get to see it up close one of these days. Hopefully soon. This summer. Question mark? Do they know you stream? They do know that I stream, yeah. Yeah, she was asking me yesterday. She was like, oh, Boomi, you have stream today? I was like, yeah. She's like, man, okay, so we can't really look at tickets for that long. I was like, it's okay, it's for another couple hours. My mom used to always ask me, oh, how much money did you make on stream today? That's the reason that I told them, like, oh, I think I might get into this VTubing thing. The reason that I was able to convince them, and I made a YouTube short about this too, was I showed them, like, somebody's, I don't remember who, but like, I showed them like a birthday live or something, and I was just like, look at how much money they're making. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, go for it. Not that I needed their permission, but I was living with them at the time, so I needed to tell them, like, why I would be downstairs talking to myself. Speaking of fish, I saw sushi shaped like shoes. Sushi. Did you really? Did you really, or is that a... Is there really sushi? What does it look like? Can you post it in the Discord? Or can you at me on Twitter? Is it real? Is it really sushi? I can't imagine how it looks. I've been to Sacré-Cœur. I don't know if that's how you say it. Basilica in France. It was incredible. I feel like French architecture must be like off the hook. What am I? It must be off the chain for shizzle my nizzle. I feel like it must go crazy. I would say even though England would probably be like the easiest place to travel when it comes to like Europe for me, especially because you have like the same language. But I would say like France and Italy are probably like my top countries to visit. I don't know which one I would choose more though. I don't know. I really want to go to Versailles because I watched the whole Netflix show. I might even rewatch it. I binged Versailles because they actually shot that show. It's about King Louis XIV. They shot it with like historians or something, like people who are like, I don't know, like experts from that era. I think they try to be like as historically accurate as... Actually, I have no idea. I really don't know. I'm talking out of my ass right now. But they did shoot it at the actual palace. And, yeah. It was sick. It was sick. I knew nothing about King Louis XIV. So when I was watching the show, I would be like looking at Wikipedia. I'm like, did this really happen? And a lot of it did. It was like... King Louis XIV was like, his palace was like the Real Housewives or something. All of his mistresses, all of like the drama between people. Don't get me wrong, the French Revolution, I totally get it, but at the same time, if I get to be like, I don't know if reincarnated, but in the past, put me in that palace, bro. It seems like all they do is just like socialize and like fuck around and like be catty. It's literally like the Real Housewives. The impression that I got, like, unless you're like actually in the government, but if you're like a not a concubine, I don't know, like socialite, like who are the people who just live there? It was just like, hey, I don't, okay, this is just like my base level understanding of what was going on back then. Louis the 14th was like, you guys, I'm building this super sick house, and I think instead of you guys living in your little like chalets or whatever, all you guys are gonna come live with me so that way I can keep a close eye on you. And I think that they did, and he just threw like sick parties, and you know, he showed them why he was the boss. And then he also like made some of the guys like dress him up in the morning and stuff to really like emphasize that separation, that he was like the chosen one by royalty. Like it's not a mistake that he was born into this position. All of that, I don't know. What a crazy time to live. I can't imagine like just living where social politics is like really your main concern in life. Crazy. It sounds kind of fun. I don't know. Fun history fact, when Marie said let them eat cake, cake meant the burnt bread and crumbs that sticks. Did she really? I mean, to be honest, did she really say that? I thought it was like misinterpreted or something. Did she really say that? I should look more into the French Revolution. I'll be honest, a lot of the times when I was like going on these little history rabbit holes when it comes to like European history, it was very one-sided. I was very just focused on like the elite side of it all. I think it's because of the stuff that I watched, you know? Bridgerton, Versailles, and the Borgias. The Borgias was really fun too. I was like, damn, the Pope really be like this, man? they let this guy be Pope. They let this guy be... Yeah, I was just thinking like, I don't know, sometimes you think like, man, I don't know, I think it just really helps put things in the context when you look back in the history, and sometimes you think like, man, I'm a fuck up, but no, dude, there's a millennia of other fuck ups before you. You'll be fine. Eric, hello, welcome. I hope you're having a lovely weekend so far. Wait, there's okay, Statue of Liberty. I thought there's gonna be like one boat that takes you there, but I guess it makes sense. There's gonna be tons of boats that take you there. So you gotta make sure it's a legit one. I did see something about like the 1-star boat tour. Jeez. I didn't even think that there was gonna be like fake ones. That's so true. You're so right. The ferry to Staten Island gets close. Ooh. I'm thinking like, do I want to like ride past the Statue of Liberty, or do I actually want to stop there and like look at the museum and stuff? It must be so cool for people whose families actually came through the island and you actually get to see the name just etched there forever, part of history. That's so cool. That's so cool. I don't think my family has like anything like that, to be honest. Any bucket lists for the channel? You know, maybe. I was thinking like some of this stuff, maybe I could like, I do want to do like vlogs or like short videos and stuff. So in a way, this is just kind of me making a content list. I mean, you don't have to come up with all 25 things today, especially because I spent so long just yapping. But maybe like every week we can just add some stuff onto here. Specifically for the channel, I want to release covers this year. Release X amount of covers this year. It was always my dream growing up, and I talked about this yesterday. In middle school, I really wanted to be like a Nico Nico Doga, like utaite, right? And I would spend so much time like coming up with like my cool name and my concept and stuff. I think I was more into the branding, but when it came to like actually singing or like trying to work to do a cover, I mean, I'm the person in my family that doesn't do like any silly singing at all, which is why I tell my parents, don't watch my streams, please. This is the unleashed side of me. They don't see this side of me. I don't see this side of me. But I would be like super obsessed with like Nico Nico growing up, so I kind of wanna. I see like VTubing as me like a full circle moment for me, coming back to this similar community, especially because if you talked about if you were at the Venus anniversary last week, you would hear me and May talk about like how much of the net idol, like especially Kaigai idol community, has sort of merged with the VTubers and stuff. This just feels like a natural progression of like the whole like utaite and like utatte mita and odotte mita community. Like I don't know, but yeah. I wanna make 7th grade Boomi proud, so I wanna release. How many covers should I release? Let's say 3. Let's say 3 covers. I don't want to get like too ahead of myself, but I also don't want to. I was gonna say 5, but I don't know. It depends on how the first one sounds. Nico Nico mention Nico Nico doga. Lily, hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Former overseas idol to VTuber pipeline, right? Right? Kaigai idols were, man. I would say I could talk about it forever, but it's been a while since I last took a look at that community. But May and I were really into this group called Dance to Pantsu. What else was there? I could probably, if I look at like my old YouTube playlists, I could probably find like some videos that would take me down a rabbit hole. There's some people, because you know, the pipeline is real. So there's some people, you know, that you see nowadays and you're like, oh my gosh, I was following this person like years ago. Holy moly. I'm glad to see that they're still doing well. And then there's other people who are also in that community and you haven't seen them in a while and just like, oh, I wonder how they're doing. I wonder if they're gonna end up here too. It was really popular. I think like Kelsey Kimono Time and like Becky Cruel were like the hugely popular ones that I remember. I don't remember. I mean, there's other ones, but I think they were like, oh, Venus Angelic. Venus Angelic was also another one. But I think she was more like the dolly side. But, you know, there was like a kind of an overlap with that. I still follow Taylor R, though. I follow her on Instagram. So it's been really cool to see like her transformation over the years. For me, it was like Kaigai idols, utaite, and like J vloggers. That was sort of like my holy trinity that was coming together. Boomi, one cover should be called Dreams of an Aoki Girl. Is that an actual song? Is that an actual song like that? I think if I were to cover stuff, I want to do stuff from like I want to do stuff from like 2010s Nico. You probably won't even see me doing anything recent if I were to cover stuff. It'd probably be like those early Vocaloid songs or like Lucky Star or like Haruhi. I feel like it doesn't really get any better than that. Trying to be oh, so maybe I could have that as an original song, an ahoge themed song. Get my fellow ahoges in there. Okay, alright, here, let me keep adding. I think I'll probably just talk about the stuff that I have on my list instead of us adding anything more onto here. Considering how distracted I got. Oh, another thing that I wanted to do was go on a ghost tour. Have you guys ever been on a ghost tour before? Do you guys believe in ghosts? You guys believe in ghosts? I went on a ghost tour for a demon work trip. I went to Boston and we got to go on a ghost tour. And because Salem, I think, wasn't too far, so I think we drove like, I don't know, like an hour or something to Salem. Just when I want to say, oh, we maybe went to the same one. Maybe we went on the same one. I went to the one in Salem, not last year, but 2 years ago, and around September. So you know, it was getting kind of spooky time, and it was the witch tour where they talked about. And the thing is, so you're like on this ghost tour, right? And you hear about the Salem witch trials and everything, and you think like it's not. I don't think that you really think of it as a tragedy, you know? But then actually going on the tour and then hearing and seeing like the remnants of, or seeing like the actual places, the actual, like a peek into the actual lives of the people that were legitimately like, they were straight up murdered, you know? They were straight up murdered, falsely accused of being witches because of mass hysteria running around in their town. Either way, you're going there thinking like, oh, it's like ghosts. It just feels so far removed because it was so long ago. But that's not the case. That's not the case. By the end of the tour, I felt very like solemn, you know, because they actually had the what is it? Like a small little park, I guess, with like the little, I wouldn't say graves because I don't know where the bodies are. Maybe it's the graves, but like it was a memorial. That's what it was, a memorial. Dorian, hello, welcome, good morning. We were gonna add stuff to my bucket list, but I just ended up yapping, so I'm just going over the stuff that I have on my bucket list. But I went to Salem a couple of years ago, wanting to go to a ghost tour, and you know, my mom, being from Okinawa people are like super superstitious. So she's always believed in ghosts. Like if I said, and there was one time where I did say like, I think it might have just been like paranoia or something, but I was just like, yeah, I feel like there's something, you know, sometimes you feel like you're being watched or something, like something feels a little bit off. And I told her that I felt that way in our bathroom. We had salt sitting in front of our bathroom for like the next 3-4 months. My mom, if she likes horror movies, but she doesn't like horror movies that involve like demons or ghosts. She thinks that that's like too much. And I think it was very common, and I believe it's probably because of Okinawa's like history with World War II. I think it was like one of the bloodiest battles in the Pacific. But she said it was very common for younger kids, like especially like my cousins too, to see ghosts, or I guess like talk to things when you know, when you're young, I guess. I was thinking like, are you sure it's like not an imaginary friend? She's like, no, I'm sure. I'm gonna be real with you. I've had things happen to me IRL I can't explain, and science can't ever explain it. My mom, I think my mom said that, I don't know if she said she had a ghost experience, or like she believes in ghosts. My dad, on the other hand, he was a non-believer until he went to Korea for work, and he said that he woke up in the middle of the night for a couple of nights in a row, and he saw a man standing and watching him sleep from his bed, and he asked his friend like, how can I fix this? What can I do? And I guess like, I don't know if it's like a local or something, I don't know, somebody said just tell the ghost like, I can't help you. And he did that, and the guy stopped coming by. And after that, my dad was a believer. Like, he doesn't really believe in that kind of stuff. He doesn't even believe in UFOs. My brother also said that he saw something in our house, or like by our house, I don't know. I think he said that he saw like I don't know why I'm laughing. I think it's just the way that I'm going to describe it. He saw a Native American man in his rear view mirror, and I guess he looked over there, and yeah. Isn't your mascot a ghost? It is! It is! Yet I've never had a ghost encounter. Never had a ghost encounter myself. I would say in the demon world, we don't really have ghosts. But it's mostly just demons. I would say ghosts were probably more like ectoplasm. I don't even know how to explain it. Also, Eric, hello, welcome. Since it's February, have a happy advanced birthday. Thank you so much. It is my birthday month after all. Thank you. My birthday is coming up soon. I was looking at the calendar and I was like, oh my god. My birthday always gives me like, I wouldn't say like anxiety. It's not like it's something I look forward to because I know that I'm gonna get a lot of messages. Happy birthday, Boomi! And I don't really like getting messages because it's kind of overwhelming, even if it's just like, hey, thanks. But sometimes I feel like I should be like, thank you. How are you doing? How's your year so far? You know? It's a lot. Feels like a lot of work a birthday. It's just replying to messages. But yeah, going on a ghost tour. When I went to the Salem one, I was like, man, I really hope that I can get like, I don't know, some sort of experience because everybody else in my family has had like an experience that changed their perspective on like the existence of ghosts. I loved the paranormal. I really loved. I watched like a lot of, what was it, like the Ghost Hunter TV show growing up. I had like this paranormal book and like I loved cryptids and stuff. Just like weird and spooky things. I had like a passing interest in them. Wouldn't necessarily say that I believed in it 100%. But like I'm open to experiencing it. So I was like, man, I really hope that I can like, I don't know, like have something strange happen to me on the ghost tour. We started off the tour, we met at like a bar, we had maybe one drink each, and then it was time to go on the tour. We went to this part of the tour, I think it was like within like the first 20 minutes or so, and the tour is like an hour and a half. There's this tavern that was women-owned back in like, when did the witch trials happen? It was like the 16 or like 1700s or something. I don't know, but you know that the general time of like the Salem witch trials. It was a women-owned tavern, and I think she opened it up to literally everybody. It was a very like inclusive place, and of course the elites of the town were like, girl, I don't know about that. So they accused her of being a witch, and I don't remember. I don't remember what else happened, but you know, she ended up getting murdered due to the witch trials, and I don't remember why exactly she was like. She doesn't like men. Like her whole spirit was like. They said that every time like something strange happened in that area, it would only happen to a man, right? So I think she was like. She had some beef. She was beefing with the dudes, and I was just like, wow, that's really cool. But when we went to that part, one of my coworkers specifically, just one dude, and he only had, I think, that one drink too. I mean, he did say he didn't eat that much, but he got like super dizzy. Like he couldn't even walk straight, just completely out of nowhere. I mean. The two factors to consider is that he said he didn't eat that much that day, but they also said like, oh, I mean, he didn't eat that much and he had one drink, but like everybody else said that like, no, he can drink like quite a bit. Like that usually wouldn't like mess him up. Even if he didn't eat, that usually wouldn't mess him up. But he was gone for like the rest of the 70 minutes left of the tour. We didn't see him until we ended. And he was dizzy and like his vision was blurring and all that kind of stuff. In that one specific area, like he couldn't even move, and the tour guide was like, yeah, you know, sometimes that happens, but like it only happens to like guys on the tour. So I was like, oh my god, the ghost he got possessed by a ghost. Why him? I was standing right there. It could have been me. It should have been me. Everyone wants to feel a paranormal experience until That's me. That's me. I was literally saying that until he went on the tour. I was like, man, I really hope something happens. Like, this didn't happen to me. I think I could handle it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you never know until it happens, but I mean, looking back at it after it happens, I feel like it must be like a not fun experience. It's a story to tell, I guess. I don't know. I'd be down to go on another ghost tour, especially because you're going on the ghost tour and it's kind of like a roller coaster, right? Kind of spooky. You don't know what's gonna happen. You kind of have that adrenaline pumping, and then also you get a history lesson with it. I remember like after the end of the tour, and we went to the memorial and saw like I think it was like 12 people who yeah. Wait, at the beginning it was legit claims, but as the trial went on, people saw... Yeah, exactly. People saw the opportunity and were accusing people just so they could take their property. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And, you know, just people kind of like being dicks to each other, to be honest. They saw something that they didn't like, and they're just like, hey, I could get rid of somebody that I don't want here, so let me do that. And I think that's exactly what happened to the lady who owned like that tavern or like inn or restaurant or something. There's another one, another story. I think I did a stream about this too, but I don't know if it was on Twitch or YouTube. But there's like another story where there's like this couple. I think this girl was like married, like in an arranged marriage, like this guy that she didn't like or something. And while he was away, I think he went to war, he went to like a business trip, I don't know. But I think he came back early, and then he saw her like making out with another man or something like that. And they're like, yeah, they're doing that in that alley over there. This is where she lived. And you're just like, I don't know, because you would hear about the witch trials, and you'll hear about how it was like quite literally a witch hunt against people. And just being there in person and then just seeing like exactly where things, it just really like grounds it a little bit more as like damn, that was fucked up. Like why would they, like it's fucked up. I don't know, but yeah, I want to do more stuff like that. I want to go on a ghost tour. I think it'll be, I don't know, I mean, I'm sure that they have it. I don't know if they have like mafia ghost tours, but I also would love to go on like a mafia tour, like a history tour, because I actually have a lot of mafia movies on my letterbox to watch list. So hopefully like one of these community nights we get to watch like I don't know, like the Goodfellas or the Godfather together. I know nothing about those movies. All I know is that I went to watch The Irishman, and people said The Irishman is better to watch is if you watch like the other mafia movies. So I want to watch the other mafia movies first, so then I can watch The Irishman. Ever watched the show A Haunting? Really? No, I've never seen that, where people do reenactments of real life people, which I've never seen that. Maybe none of it happened, but it was a fun show in my opinion. I think like those kinds of paranormal shows are always fun. Even, I mean, to be honest, even if like, I don't know if you guys have kept up with like the alien news. Oh, God, it's gotten crazy. The alien news since my stream about it. I did a whole stream kind of like going through the UAP congressional hearing back in November. Dude. It's gotten like, I don't know if like the UFO subreddit is just popping off, but it seems like there's something new every single day. Most recently, we talked about this like a couple weeks ago, where we looked at, remember that guy who was like giving his testimony or something? Or it was like, I don't know if it was a trailer. He wasn't blinking at all. I watched more clips from his little thing. Bro's talking like this. Yeah, and then this happened, and then this happened. Blah, 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 blah. Like, he's literally not blinking. Like he looks like that one meme of the bald dude at the rave who's like doing crazy things with his jaw. But he was saying, and maybe this could be kind of related to ghosts. He was saying that like aliens are on like another plane of consciousness. I guess they like unlocked 100% of their brain power or something. They're using like telekinesis or whatever, like psychic communication to like power. power their aircraft and stuff. I mean, okay, UFOs, UAPs, aliens, that's like fun thought exercises and all. I don't know, dude. Getting into like psychic territory, you're kind of losing me a little bit. But maybe that's why they don't want to say anything, because it's like reality shattering. But I thought, yo, does that mean the Force is real? Because if it is, teach me how to do that, so I don't have to get up from the couch anytime I want the remote. Like, that was like the one thing that I wanted growing up. It's the one thing that I wanted growing up, man. There's a show called Paranormal Caught on Camera? I don't know. I didn't watch that one either. I watched like Ghost Adventures on Travel Channel and Bizarre Foods, Samantha Brown. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys know Samantha Brown. I love Samantha Brown. She probably kicked off like my love for like seeing other cultures and stuff. I wanted her job so bad. And I was also a huge fan of Man vs. Food. I watched like every single episode of maybe like the first 2 or 3 seasons. I was a huge Adam Richman fan, man. I don't even know why I watched so much of it. It's crazy. If you ever mess with the Ouija board, always respect the ghost and say goodbye at the end. Always end with goodbye. Don't play with it. Better play Monopoly. Ouija is a no-no. Do they actually like using the Ouija boards? The ghosts? Ghost Sun? If I were to talk to a ghost, I want to ask them, like... I always thought about this too. Like, it's just like, why time travel when you can talk to a ghost? But then again, I feel like it might cost like a lot of energy for them to talk to people. But I think it would be nice to be like, so, you know, how have things changed since you were alive? What do you think about like all the stuff that we have now? Would you want to like live during this time? Like, surely they see all these computers and like smartphones and stuff, right? Like, they're looking at the internet. Like, what do they think about it, right? What do they think of? Like, if you're seeing a ghost from like, I don't know, like the Civil War or something, you're like, bro, hey, you know, you're haunting me. You're in my room all the time. You want to see like the stuff that I do during my... Did you see this VTuber thing? What do you think about it? Do they care? Do they have thoughts and opinions on it? I want to know. I feel like when people talk to ghosts, are they asking them like, how are you doing? How are you? Or are they just trying to, you know, say that I talk to a ghost? I don't know. How was things in your time? Have you played Red Dead Redemption? Or do you want to watch me play and then use the Ouija board to tell me if it's like nostalgic to you or not? Alright, maybe I should just interview with the ghost. That's what I want. Come on my stream, man. You know, I'll get the Phasmophobia play Phasmophobia with the ghost. I mean, surely there's gotta be some kind of like clout-hungry ghost out there, right? Like, not all of them is gonna be like, ooh, I was tormented during my life and now I want to take out my anger on those in the living plane. Like, I don't think all of them are gonna... Maybe some of them are gonna be like, bro, come on, I guess suck that it happened. But hey, look at... Oh, you guys got some cool... Maybe that's why they're hanging around. They're hanging around because they're a little jealous. They're like, man, if I knew this was gonna happen, I would have been born later in life. There's a mafia movie called Killing Them Softly. It was good, but people didn't like it because they wanted an action film. The trailer misled people. So it was more like a psychological... I love things that are like very like, I think like social dynamics and stuff. I think that's like one of the reasons that I love Succession so much, is that the social dynamics, I don't know. I just like seeing like the power plays against each other. I like seeing like how people respond to like a hierarchy within their social circle. I think that's probably why I enjoyed my sorority too. Is it always an awesome place? No, but like being removed from it and then seeing like the interesting culture that takes place within like just a small, like a community of like 20 something people. It's so fun. It's so fun to just look and like think about it, and I don't know. It's interesting. And then seeing like how you yourself respond to it, especially now that I'm removed from it, I'm just like, why did I think it was such a big deal? But it's because it's like during that time, that's really all that you knew. That's all that you're like, you know, that was like my club in college. That's my college experience, right? That's like your world for a couple of years. But then being removed from it, you're just like, that was kind of weird that we did all of that kind of stuff, huh? Can't remember the name of the family, but look up the phrase "little green men from Mars." A family was attacked by aliens back in the 50s. A whole family? I think I saw something where I know that during the 50s there's like a lot of like extraterrestrial activity. I think because was it Roswell, I think, and like UFOs were becoming like a popular thing in the American like cultural consciousness, but then also after the atomic bomb, there is like a lot of interest, or so they say, from aliens in the humans' like nuclear activities. That's why even now, when you hear about like UAP stuff, usually you'll hear people be like, oh yeah, like they're usually like around like nuclear facilities, and like they're taking down like turning off like nuclear power or whatever. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, if you're to look back at that VOD, it might be a chunky one, but if you look back at it, I do talk about that in there. If the aliens are here, I don't think we interest them, because otherwise they might have made contact by now. We need to show them anime. I was thinking, well, when I was doing like the UFO research, right? They said that the aliens like legitimately don't have interest in us. It's sort of like how humans would probably look at like monkeys in the zoo, you know? They're maybe they look at us like, oh wow, this is like kind of weird, but probably they don't have any interest in anime. But then that makes me think like, okay, then what kind of culture do you have? Like if you don't have internet or like silly memes or videos or even like jokes or story, like what's going on? Like what interests you then? And then I thought, to me, it doesn't matter how technologically advanced like their society might be. If they don't have any room to be silly, how advanced could they be? You know what I mean? Like if they could be like so technologically advanced, but if they can't be silly, then I think in a way, I think that there's like a different like, what do you call it? Maybe there's like a grid. A grid? What do you call it? Like a compass? Like, you know, like the political compass? Like a compass to like how advanced you can be. Maybe they could be like a 10 out of 10 on like the technological scale, but maybe a 3 out of 10 on like a culture scale. Whereas humans can be like a 10 out of 10 on culture and then like a 6 on tech, you know? And it's like that, right? I think that you have to have some sort of room for all different types of culture to exist. Silly, serious, all that kind of stuff. Or else it's like, how advanced are you really if you can't crack a knock-knock joke? Or a yo mama joke, you know? If you're not gonna laugh at like at a good joke, at a good yo mama joke, then sorry, but I'm gonna think that I'm better than you. Even a little bit, even just a little bit. Have you seen Downton Abbey? I haven't. I think I tried to watch it, but I heard that it's really, really good. Like, I'm not really, but like really popular. Like they even had a movie for it and stuff. But I haven't seen it. Yet. I tried to watch like the first couple of minutes, but this is a lot going on. What was I watching instead? I was watching The Gilded Age. That's what I was watching, because I was watching The Gilded Age because it's made by the same people who did Downton Abbey. But I heard that The Gilded Age is like a little bit like not as good as Downton Abbey. But yeah, that's what I was watching, and I finished the first season, and then I was just like, I need something else to watch. But I couldn't get into it, I think because I just wanted more Gilded Age. And now the second season of Gilded Age came out, and I haven't seen it. But I love it because it's like, it's the history of New York City in like, what is it, like the 1890s? When is the Gilded Age anyways? Gilded Age. But it's like, I've always loved seeing, 1870s to 1890s. Or even like 1900. But it's like, you know, the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the Vanderbilts, all getting obnoxiously wealthy. And, you know, socializing. There's the family. I don't remember what their family name was in the show. Like, but like the main family, they just had like so much fuck you money, and like the Astors in real life, they actually had a list of like the top 400, like I don't know, families or people. I think maybe people. Top 400 people that are in their high society list. They're like, yeah, if you're not on this list, then you literally are not invited to any of our parties. And they didn't want the new family, which I think is based off the Vanderbilts, because Vanderbilts was the new money at the time. So imagine them being like, I don't know, like the modern day crypto bros, but I guess they're like building railroads, which is much better. But you know, they're new money. Nobody was taking them seriously, and the Astors are just like, yeah, they're like mega rich, but we're not gonna invite them because they're nouveau riche, and we don't hang out with those kinds of people. So they didn't invite them, right? And to the party, and I think like the mom of the other family, she got like super pissed about it. So when her daughter, like they hosted their own big party, and the Astor daughter really wanted to go, but she wasn't invited because like was it the Vanderbilts? I think it was the Vanderbilts. I don't know. But yeah, they were just like, yeah, sorry, we're gonna have our own huge, giant, super duper cool costume party, and that Astor little girl, not invited, she can't go. We're gonna invite everybody, like all the cool people can go except for her, because her mom is not putting us on their list. And I think after that, the mom of the Astor family was like, fine, you can be on the list, it's cool, or something, I don't know. Wait, Kay, see you later, thanks for stopping by. You know, it's probably, I should probably wrap up soon too, so I can call my mom back. I mean, we put 5 on the list so far. I have a couple more, but we can add them next week. At them next week, and then we can brainstorm some together. I ended up just talking so much to you guys. We didn't even get a chance to brainstorm anything together. You know what? Here, how about you give me... what should I do this year? Based off this 5 that I have on my list so far, what should I do for number 6? Let's come up with at least one together. Also, Elite Trainer, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Happy anniversary, Thumbs Jump, thank you so much. I think our real anniversary was what, like in November, no, it was January, it might have been 29? 28, 29, or was it 27, 28? I don't remember, but yeah, they and I celebrated last weekend. I hope that you guys enjoyed. The VOD is up on my channel, so you get to hear so much about like our friendship over the years, our memories. I think, as far as I know, Nay and I are the only like corporate VTubers who like actually grew up together. She was one of my first friends when I moved. We've known each other for like a very long time, since middle school. We were kind of like, friends, like mutual friends in middle school, and then we got really close in high school, and then I went to college. Then we didn't talk like super regularly for a couple of years, and then when I came back and I got back into like this kind of community and stuff, we were able to just pick up right where we left off. So it was like super, I don't know, I always feel so grateful to have a longtime friend to like go through this together, you know, somebody that like really understands me inside and out. So Someone who could keep me in check and all that kind of stuff, you know, it's really, really nice. But yeah, Dum thank you so much for the happy anniversary. Really appreciate it. To be specific, it's about the rich family and their servants. Ah, Downton Abbey. I see. I think Gilded Age had a little bit about that. I would say it's more about like the rich family and like the list of 400 people, because they have the family that's based on the Vanderbilts, and then they also have like the Astors. I don't know if like Astors are like the only. I don't know, but it's like semi like fictional, but like semi historical stuff. In the Gilded Age. I like it because it's like specific to like where I live, so it's cool to see like hearing the stories, even if it's like embellished for entertainment, but I see it as like an entryway to like go down into a deeper rabbit hole. But yeah, just to see just like at least a little get my foot in the door of like how certain things were built and stuff. I think that's really cool. Let's see. What I have on my list for something that I want to do is do something in public. But to do what in public, I have no idea. But I want to do something in public. Can you guys help me come up with what I can do? At first I thought like maybe I should do like a dance cover in public, but I don't think that I'll be able to gain that kind of confidence in 2020. Not that I think people would care, but I care. I don't think I want to do that. I don't know. But I want to do something in public. Busking! I don't think I can do that. I want to start off small. I always thought it might be fun to like, you know how people like interview random people on the street? I don't think that I could do that either. But I do like asking people questions and like getting a peek into their life. But at the same time, I'm also just kind of like, it seems kind of annoying to just have somebody randomly approach. Maybe if it like the moment comes, like just interview, like, hey, if an opportunity arises, if I'm like talking to somebody random and they're like, you know, conversation's going well, I'll be like, hey, can I like record an interview with you for a second? Like 3 minutes. And then ask them what though. Have you heard about VTubing before? No? Okay. Could hold up a sign so only those interested come up to you. Oh, that's true. Just sit outside and like have the sign. Like the guy who says, change my mind. I think people do that actually. At the park, I saw people do, was it like a podcast? I don't know, but they had like a table set up, and I think it might have been, because I think I saw that video on TikTok later. It was something like that. Do something in public. Have a sign? I don't know. I always thought that would be really cool. Like, you know how sometimes you like in a big city, sometimes you might see like someone famous. I haven't seen anyone famous randomly though. I don't think I never done that. I haven't had that happen before. But yeah, it could happen. The chance is not zero. So I was thinking like, oh, what if I were to like, you know, hey, can we have a picture? And then after the picture, hey, can I like record you asking like 3 questions? Maybe I gotta work on my elevator pitch. I don't know. We'll think about this harder. I'll think about it a little bit harder. But to take a look at our bucket list for 2025, the first thing I have is go to the night at the museum. Maybe I can even ask people there, like, what do you like about the museum or something? Yeah, I don't know. I just like hearing people's opinions on things. I like getting like a new perspective. Helps me appreciate the things that I overlook a lot. I wanna go to the museum this year. I wanna try cuisine from a country I've never had food from. I think I wanna try fufu for sure. I don't know. Every time I watch videos where people are eating fufu, it looks really good. Just eating it with your hands and then just like, it looks like bread, and I love bread. It looks delicious. I want to see the Statue of Liberty up close. The very iconic place where Nico Bellic attacked and killed Dimitri. I was gonna say that guy with the glasses. Dimitri. Yeah, I think really the reason that I want to go to the Statue of Liberty up close is because of GTA 4. I like that's the reason that I want to get off, and of course the museum too. But like I want to get off like the boat and see because of GTA. I want to release 3 covers this year. What kind of covers can I release? Who knows? Will you climb it? Can you actually climb it? I saw that earlier in the chat. Can you actually climb to the top? Seems like a lot of stairs, but then again, it also seems like an exercise. You think there's actually a heart inside? Wouldn't that be crazy? It goes up to the torch? What? Okay, you know what? Climb up the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, that's it. I can't imagine the view. Imagine the view from up there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Must be crazy. Okay, yeah, climb up the Statue of Liberty. That sounds good. How about living like a cowboy because of Red Dead? I'm not really sure how I can do that out in the city. I've never even done camping before. How can I go living like a cowboy? One thing that I did have in mind was like going to visit buildings or like establishments that were around during the time of Red Dead. But of course it'd be like, you know, in Red Dead, like going to Saint Denis or something, you know? Because I live in a very like developed area. I live in the big city, the Big Apple. But when I was playing Red Dead, and you know, they're talking about like going to Blackwater and stuff, or just like, you know, being a city slicker, I did kind of wonder like, what did the cities at the time look like? And you'd be surprised, they were like pretty put together for, because it's like when you think about Red Dead Redemption, like, you know, you think about the West and everything's so far apart. It's just like not DIY towns, but you know, it's a town, like a small community, and I feel like people were like, you know, people were building their things on their own, right? At least that's the impression that I got. But I was thinking like, what if I were to like go to places that existed at the time? Maybe there could be like places that are themed that were like really connected during that time. I don't know, but like go to something from like a specific era. They have a dude ranch vacations. They have that. Are people like going out there and like taming horses? Dude ranch. Oh, they have one in Montana. I don't know if it's something that I can do this year, but I think for a life bucket list, I wouldn't mind trying. Okay, everybody on this website look like they're like 60 years old. The Dude Ranchers Association. Oh, there's like one that's, oh, there's a whole map. I can't, oh, there you go, clicking on it. I mean, I guess there's like some that's like not super duper far. Malibu Dude Ranch. At least that's this website. I did go horseback riding in the island with on a mountain, and that was really nice. I would love to go to like Montana or something. I want to see those mountains with like the snow on top. It looks like Norway. I don't know, and I'm just like, wow, I can't believe we have. You just never really think about like all the beautiful nature that they have in America. Or I mean, you do think about it, but then you don't really think like I can actually go there. Like if I wanted to, I could just go there like next week and go take a look at the mountains and see it for myself. Especially after I bought the Japan ticket, I don't really know if I could like go see the mountains or the Grand Canyon and stuff this year. But for a life bucket list, I definitely want to go see like, I want to go see like more nature for a life bucket list. Yeah. I'll think harder about something that I can do in public. Something that seems reasonable, but also like a little bit out of my comfort zone. Not like too much. I feel like dancing in public might be too much out of my comfort zone, and like approaching randos might be too much out of my comfort zone. But something doable. I don't know, but I do want to like do something. I think doing something in public would be... Maybe that should be something. I'll put that in 25. I think that's like the biggest thing, interesting thing for me. Something that I wanna, like the big obstacle to overcome this year would be to care a little bit less about what people think. And I think what better way to do that than to do something that you don't usually do in public. Anyways, I think I should call my mom. She texted me. I didn't realize before she called. She texted me saying, call me when you get the chance. I hope that it's not, hope that's not urgent. I don't know. What if she's like, I didn't buy the ticket, what are you doing? I don't know, but anyways. No, she bought it. She forwarded the receipt to me. But I don't know. Because she bought the ticket last night and forwarded the receipt to my email, and I didn't see it until like almost midnight after I like finished all my stream stuff, and I was just like, oh my god, like let me check and see if I could get on the same flight and stuff, and like let me check to see the price, and the flights I could get were the same, so I was just like, you know what, let me buy it right now. I didn't consult with her, she didn't respond to my message and stuff, so maybe I'm just like making myself worried, I don't know where. Anyways, I should call her. So I don't just ruminate in like what ifs. Let me go ahead and find somebody to raid. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you guys do something special for yourself this weekend, because it is the second month of the year. Congratulations on getting through January. A Boomi cosplay photo shoot? I would love to do a Boomi cosplay. But my only concern is getting the hair right. And then where am I gonna put the hair after? Can you rent wigs? I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and send the raid over to... Let's send the raid over to Hiyori Mokami, who's doing a Minecraft Disney, exploring Disney with Aura and new friends. So let's go ahead and give her a nice read and go to Disney together. They have Minecraft Disney? I always said that they had like Roblox parks, but I didn't know they had stuff like that. Will cosplay in public count? I could cosplay in public. I have done that before, but I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I could. You know what? Let's add that to the list. Cosplay at a convention. I used to always cosplay when I went to conventions, but I think that's more because like everybody else at the convention is cosplaying, and I get FOMO. I get so much FOMO. Anyways, we can work on this more. I mean, we have 2025 has just gotten started. We have plenty of time to check things off this list and to also continue building it. So I want to thank you guys for hearing me out and listening to all my ideas. Let me go ahead and give you a sneak peek at what we got coming up next week. I have to look at my own calendar because I don't know. Ooh, next week, Friday, we'll be doing a Discord movie night. I did tell you guys at the beginning of stream that I am going to go watch a movie this weekend. I told you I'll tell you later. Later has come. I am going to go watch Nosferatu, the new Nosferatu this weekend. And I thought it would be fun to watch the old Nosferatu as a movie night. So next week, Friday, February 7th at 8 p.m, our usual stream time. Come hang out in the Discord. We'll be watching Nosferatu, the original 1922 version. If you haven't seen the new one, maybe go see the new one before we go do the old movie night, or you could go watch it after the old movie. I don't know, up to you, but I'm gonna try and watch it before, so that way I have, like, I don't know, we can talk about it when we meet again next Saturday. So yeah, Friday, February 7th, we are going to do Nosferatu movie night, and as usual, we will be streaming on Saturday mornings. There might be another stream in between there. I have to see how my schedule looks for work, but that's what we'll be doing. If you've been sitting down for as long as I have, make sure you give your body a nice big stretch. Don't forget to stay hydrated, especially if you had coffee this morning. Make sure you drink some water in addition to your coffee. And last but not least, treat yourself to something nice. You worked hard in January, and now it's the beginning of February, so why not start it off on the right foot? I treated myself to a very expensive gift last night. My Japan tickets. Hopefully this time next week I'll be feeling a little bit better about that purchase. Right now I'm feeling, I don't know, not regretful, but like damn. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this weekend. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your week. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Until then, take care. Bye! Once I go, I won't regret. You know, you're so right. It's gonna be... I'm looking forward to hanging out with my brother, especially in Tokyo and stuff. You know, the reason that they're like, Boomi, you gotta go, was because they're not confident about taking the train, and because I was able to coordinate like the trains by myself last time I was there. That's why they want me to go. So maybe I'll get like broke pity points and they'll like pay for some stuff. Yeah, it'll be fun. Hopefully I'll have more details to share about it soon. Maybe we can make like a gotta check it out list. But yeah, until then,